Hi everybody, Ricky Cool here, and this is, or certainly was, one of the must-have albums here in the UK back in the 1960s if you were into blues, and particularly, like me, if you were into harmonica playing. The great Junior Wells and his Chicago blues band, Voodoo Man Blues. We're into the second verse here of the opening track. Snatch it back and hold it. Let's just fade that down. And I'll just pause the video and bring the volume back up. So, what I want to do in this video is give you a little bit of a sort of a flavour of Junior Wells's style when playing in third position. You're going to need an A harmonica, and the track is in the key of B with a sort of a minorish feel. Just a little bit of something about this album I have to mention because it's so good. So I hope you can see this all right. But if you look at the personnel, Junior Wells, harmonica and vocals, and then on guitar, Friendly Chap. Who on earth could that be? It's a thinly veiled disguise for Buddy Guy. And then Jack Myers on bass and Billy Warren on drums. And I guess the reason for Friendly Chap rather than Buddy Guy is because when this album was released, which was 1965, Buddy Guy would have been a chess recording artist and would have had contractual arrangements with chess, which probably meant that he wasn't supposed to go out and do recordings for other labels like this one, Delmark. But obviously, you know, they wanted to let people know without too much detective work who it was on guitar, but avoid perhaps some sort of a legal wrangle with Chess Records. I'm just guessing, but I imagine that's what it would have been. Right, so we're just coming up to the point where Junior Wells comes in with his first solo. Now, one of the things to say about Junior Wells's style, it's not about blistering technical expertise. It's all about tone, feel, rhythm, and little techniques that he uses just to fatten out the sound. His acoustic tone is absolutely wonderful, and certainly on this album, and I've seen a number of bits of footage of Junior Wells, and I've never seen him playing through an amp. That's not to say he didn't, but his tone just through a PA with the vocal mic is second to none. Okay, here comes the solo. And he takes a second verse as well, but it's just the first verse I'm going to look at in some detail to try and help you get a flavour of his style, which, you know, you can maybe incorporate into some of your playing. That's what I hope, anyway. So the solo comes in just before, I think it's around about 44 seconds. So we'll put it back to there. Let's have a look at the first phrase. Right, there's so much in just that. He starts from a 3 draw, bent and then scooped back up to the 3 draw, and then going into a 1/4 octave. Now, that's me doing it lip pursed, and then obviously using my tongue to create the octave. But I don't think that's what's going on there. My guess is he's using a tongue block. I might be wrong, but when you do it with a tongue block, it feels like you can dig into it more, and you can bring into it some of the dirt, for want of a better word, from surrounding holes, a little bit of other stuff creeping in. Now, when he goes into the 1/4 octave, he immediately has a vibrato going on, which I don't think is an out-and-out throat vibrato. I think it's coming more from his diaphragm, so the throat is more open. So let's just see. This is throat vibrato on a 1/4 octave, and that's, to me, is too choppy. I think it's more, which is being controlled more from my diaphragm. The beautiful thing about the way he plays it is you can hear it's a semi-quaver rhythm, da 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 da, and then he breaks that up, so the whole thing is da 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 da. Listen again.
I'm not doing too bad, baby. You know I ain't got no brand new bag.
Right. So. Now, that's kind of what's going on. So let's just have a little look more at it. So we've got the 1/4 octave, but then you lose the upper note so that it becomes more just the one hole from the left side of your tongue. And then, so when the rhythm changes, it's one draw, one blow. And then you get a 2 draw full step bend. Now, I think he then goes to a 3 blow, which I'd tongue block. I'm doing the 2 draw with a lip purse. And then back to the 2 draw full step bend and to a 1 draw. With and at the end of that you get a which is a sort of signature Junior Wells technique, because he just puts so much effort. There's so much effort going on into that playing, and the little release of air with that sort of cough is all part of it. So. Okay, what comes up next? Let's have a listen. So you get a... Now, I'm not going to try and break that down to exactly what's going on. It's tongue blocked. And if he was to play it a second time, I'm sure he wouldn't play exactly the same way. So it's pointless trying to do it exactly. It's just getting a flavour of what he's doing. But I do think it's a draw blow, and then higher up, and then he kind of, in the next bit, it's sort of leaning into the 9-hole draw. Nine-hole draw. So let's listen again. that's all draw notes. 9, 8, 6 and 5. And then to the 4 draw, I think. Yeah. Which is sort of 4 draw and going 5 draw, 4 draw. A couple of blow notes in there as well. Yeah. And then a little explosion of air again. And then we get a more precise phrase here. So from the 6th draw, bending down into the 5 draw. That's 6 blow. But there's tongue slapping going on as well there to fatten it all out and provide some more rhythm into it. And then which is 4 draw, and then has to get out some air because of all those draw notes. And then it goes into the next verse. So that's a kind of a loose breakdown of that first solo, just to give you a flavour of some of the techniques. One of the essential things you've got to master and work on, and this certainly applies to me as well, is controlling that diaphragm vibrato. It's so sort of vital to the overall feel of that first solo that he plays. So let's try and play along with it after a fashion.
You bad, baby. You know I ain't got no brand new band.
Here we go. That last little bit there, that's 2 draw, bent, and then allowed to go back up to the actual note, and then going to the 1 draw at the end. I love that. Okay, I hope I've given you a little bit of a taster, a Junior Wells taster, and some ideas that perhaps you can incorporate. What I'm going to do, there's a backing track of Snatch It Back and Hold It from Butternote, I think this is from, yeah, Butternote backing track. I'll give you the link to this. We'll put it on. I'm going to let it play through the first 12, and then I'm going to try and get somewhere close to Junior Wells' solo, and then carry on playing out. So until the next video, this is Ricky Cool signing off. If you haven't already done so, a subscribe is so appreciated. So please do, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. And let's go out to Junior Wells style harmonica. There's a little bit more going on here with the organ as well, and it's slightly heavier in feel, but the groove's not too bad, so we can try. Here we go.